Morning, this video documentation is in regards to the exchanging headlights for the facelift for the pre-face chrome headlight set. Pretty much I'm taking the time to do the video documentation of the bench testing. We've already done the bench testing, but this is a second time run around for the documentation purposes. So I have my co-worker bench testing the exchanged headlight just to make sure all the functionality is working prior to shipping and packing. So he's testing using a 12-volt power supply, testing directly from the main connector and its pins. So you got the high beam shutter working. Now moving on to the signal lights. Signal lights working. Alright, so that was a minor polarity concern. So once he's flipped around, you see the low beam is working with no issues. So powering off the low beam one more time, and then we're going to power on one more time. So power off, power on. You got the HID low beam working with no issues. So confirm low beam working, signal lights working. Moving on to the other functions to make sure that this passenger right side, everything is working before packing. So that's the high beam, which you hear the shutter click. High beam. Moving on. The testing of the parking lights. So you see the parking lights working with no issues, both the circle halogen bulb and also the LED parking light strip. All the LED nodes working with no issues. So this headlight's pretty much been QC'd and checked. All the functions, the low beam, high beam, signal lights, parking lights, everything's working. Moving on to the next headlight side. It's going to be the driver left side. So co-worker's trying to figure out the pin layout for this side. Test it directly from the connectors. You got low beam working with no issues. Moving on. You got signal lights working, no issues. You hear the shutters working right now. That's the shutter clicking. That's high beam. Moving on to the parking lights. So you got the halogen bulb working along with the LED strip, all of them working with no issues. So again, this is the second time testing the headlight set. So the driver left also tests out no problem. Signal lights, low beam, high beam, parking lights all working. Pretty much this concludes the video documentation. The last portion of it will be actually the QC signature, just to make sure that the documented headlights is indeed what you're receiving. So be sure to keep an eye out for the driver left side having a QC signature right here. Two. Thank you so much for your time.